Now I move to the next speaker, Loy Rigosa, again a veteran in the disaster management with vast experience in India and abroad. And we are lucky today that we have an overwhelming response to the launch of this magazine. And we have participants from all the continents, North America, South America, Africa, Asia, Europe, and Australia. So we have a good participants, profile, and we have other writers also. They are part of the participants. I would like to hand over to Loy Rigosa, the Mars Practitioners Network and our volunteers, and his topic is SFDRR and Target E. Over to you, sir.
Yes. So a slight shift in focus. We are moving to a target whose end date is already crossed, and we are looking at a set of actions which we have been working on for at least 20 years. So the focus is on so-called Target E, and there is only 10 years left for implementing actions which are very minimalist actions at both the national and the so-called local levels, at multiple levels within countries, for disaster risk reduction. So we need to reorient and shift and link DPRR, disaster preparedness and risk reduction, with adaptation and sustainable development. In South Asia in particular, we need to work with all the 8 countries in SAARC and our neighboring countries in BIMSTEC and Heart of Asia. At the national level, we have to mainstream DPRR into development planning in all sectors, social, environmental, and economic, at multiple levels across multiple agencies. And isolated working, subject-wise, agency-wise, does not help. Today, I will talk on what progress we have made in Target E of the Sendai framework, which we were targeting for December 2020, and what we have done on Target E1, that is the national, and Target E2, which is the local level strategies. We need to make this a foundation for all other targets and actions, and a basis for risk reducing development by 2030. We need to assess and answer the question, is it a cup half empty or half full? And also see how we can top up the cup to make it full, at least by the end of the decade. So with this Target E, which was supposed to have been implemented by December 2020, and we knew this in 2015, only 101 countries have national strategies and are compliant with Target E by end 2020. There are 18 each in Africa and Americas, 13 Arab states, 23 in Asia Pacific, and 29 in Europe. ISDR's or UNDRR's status report on Target E shows slower than expected progress, but some accomplishments and continuing challenges, and suggests actions to enhance. We need to move from the 96 countries that have either or both in place to a much greater coverage. And more importantly, we need to enhance and increase the so-called local DRR strategies, of which there are only 72 countries that have made progress. It's inaccurate to see 2015 as the base year, and we need to look at it either since HFA adoption in 2005 or even earlier, because some countries had strategies even earlier. In 2015, only 13 countries were allied with SFDRR. It's gone up to 44 countries in 2019, and this is slow progress. So we need to accelerate Target E with 92 countries preparing or finalizing their national and local DRR strategies by end 2022, leaving at least 8 years. So progress is seen clearance, and I would encourage you to read the paper. So 4 regions have shown over 50% coverage, and the best are the Arab states and Asia Pacific. Good, but not good enough. We need to have reached 100%, and we need to accelerate progress. So there is also progress on increased policy coherence, compliance between policies at various levels, and accountability mechanisms in our national DRR strategies. But much more needs to be done. The latest report of UNDRR in 2020 mentions 143 countries, but detailed data is simply not there, and the Sendai Framework Monitoring System covers only 101 countries. This kind of rationalization between 2 sources of data need to be done. So the so-called local strategies, which in the context of India are states, districts, cities, right down to the panchayat level, is a huge effort, but at least we have got started, both in India and in several other countries worldwide. And we need to look at the progress in developing local DRR strategies. So here again, 72 countries have made some progress. The best is really in Europe and Central Asia, but we've had 36% in both Asia and Africa, and we need to accelerate action there. We need to strengthen at each level, plan for action and implementation. And this must be taken on priority. In terms of overall target E, 69 countries reported having both national and local DRR strategies. And this is progress from the past, but again, as I said, not good enough. National strategies have been supported and developed by support from the regional organizations, and we need regional or sub-regional strategies and legally binding DRR frameworks at those levels as well, which help specific, where not only they have worked on and aggressively pushed DRR, but also linked it with climate change and asked for countries to tackle both. You also have good progress in the Caribbean, and of course, I would say very well-informed progress in the ASEAN region, and we can learn a lot from it in our SAARC region. This is the only early target before the end of SFDRR, and we have already crossed the target date, so we need to accelerate action. And I am proposing here that we can extend the target date by 2 years, but we need to act on an urgent priority basis and firmly reach target E by end of 2022. Today, we are not taught to take action, both at the global level, the regional level, more importantly at the national and subnational level. And this is where each of us can do and make a difference. 85 countries reported policy coherence between SFDRR and the SDGs and the Paris Agreement. But we need clarity on what this means, how it is measured, and what are the issues, and what are the 3 secretariats doing to align these 3, both at the global level as well as at the country level. The third area I'll cover is the progress on DRR strategies. Look at my table 3 in LDCs, the least developed countries, 47 of them globally, the small island developing states, or the so-called SIDS, and the 32 landlocked developing countries, where with a mix of country effort, capacity building, partnership mobilization, and stakeholder engagement, some progress has been achieved. The best has been done, actually, ironically, in the landlocked developing countries, but much more needs to be done. On paper, very little work has been done in the SIDS, in the ISDR report, but actually I know that more three networks, the SIDS, the LDCs and down, DRR, COVID pandemic, while being a challenge, our strategies and on to disasters, let us accelerate volunteerism for disaster reduction. Finally, we need to look at the SDG targets in each country and ensure these are implemented through self-resourced action plans. And I would say that we have 10 years left. Let's break them into 3 periods and assess our status of implementation, make national targets for the 3-year period of 2021 to 2023, 24 to 26, and 27 to 29. And there will be pending actions. Take them up in 2030 and beyond, so that we can achieve significant and meaningful progress. So I hope this has been provocative enough, and we need to act firmly and take advantage and catch up the backlog of our 2020 target first. Yep, over to you.
Thank you so much, sir, for this timeline and the real assessment of SFDRR, the crux theme of our magazine of this month. Is there any question from anybody? Anybody? Any question?
Please prepare your question. I want to be challenged.
Questions in the chat box that will be taken at the end. I'll request, I move to the next speaker, Dr. Dinesh Mishra, sir, the convener of Baad Mukti Abhiyan and Ashoka Fellow.